One of the things we talked about in our class was doing floral compositions. And instead of taking a Xerox of a flower or a drawing and cutting it out with a pair of scissors and using that for composition, we talked about using Photoshop. So I want to show you how to do in this video how to use Photoshop to do that. But you just know I am using the Photoshop Cloud Connect 2014. So just so you know what version you're using. Anyway, the first thing you do is obviously you're going to take a photograph of your flower or whatever object you're going to use for composition purposes. In this case, we took the 3 flowers that we shot in class. I put a piece of white paper behind them. That gives you better contrast when you actually want to do the masking. So the first thing I'm going to do is actually mask this flower. So I want to go here and see the little paintbrush with the circle around it. It's a quick selection tool. I'm going to select that, and you'll see it's going to come up with a little circle here. So then I just start clicking around on the object, and it will start to automatically grab the object that you're clicking on. You see I'm slowly going around the whole flower. If accidentally you grab a piece that you're not supposed to, you can click the Alt key and deselect what you've got. So I'll go ahead and select a little extra here. So if I want to deselect some of that, I hit the Alt key and press that down. It will deselect the spots that I've got here. If I want to make the cursor, the circle bigger, I can hit the right-hand bracket. You see it's getting bigger, or the left-hand bracket makes it smaller. Once you've got your object selected, you go down here to the right-hand side and you click on the Add a Layer Mask. So you'll click on that, and you see now I've got a nice kind of flower with no background. Now I'll go ahead and add these to my composition page. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new file, or a new one. I'll call this Floral Composition. And I'm going to make it 4,000 by 600. I know it's about the right size of these other photos I've been taking. So you can make this any size you want, but this is just a good start. So I'll say OK. So now I've got my blank piece here. And I'll go back here now to my floral composition, and you see this is highlighted. I'll go ahead and right click on it, and I'm going to click on duplicate layer, and then I'll move it to the floral composition. I'll say OK. I'm going to do the same thing with the purple flower. I've already done the masking for this one. I will duplicate this layer, go to the floral composition, say OK. And lastly, I'll go to the yellow flower, and again, right-click on it. I'll duplicate the layer and go to the floral composition and say OK. Now I'll go to the floral composition one, and you see I've got all these layers in here. Now I don't want the yellow flower to be on top, so I will take it, I'll click on this, and I want it to be actually the second layer. I'll drag it down, and now you see the purple layer is on top. So I don't want to do the select tool with this, so I'm going to go up here and select the arrow, and that will allow me to then grab the layer. Now I've got to make sure I'm on the right layer when I move it. So you've got to actually go here to the right hand side, you click on it so it's highlighted, and then that layer will move. So I'm going to move that down here like this, and I'm going to click on the yellow flower and move that over here like this, and click on the pink flower that I've done, and I'm going to move that up here like this. Once you've done that, you can save this to a particular file, and then if you want to go ahead and change it, you can go ahead and move these around in different ways and have different compositions to actually use to see what works for you. But hopefully this will help you out in terms of doing floral compositions with Photoshop. Thanks a lot.